Hi gamers, in this video, I'm gonna show how to play with this killer tank, Kufra. Kufra is a tank with great crowd control skills. He's the best at initiating teamfight and immobilizing the enemies. Passive skill, Spell Curse. Every 12 seconds, Kufra's next basic attack is enhanced. Its range increases and slows the enemy it hits. Meanwhile, Kufra restores some of his HP, and each time he controls enemy heroes, the cooldown of this skill is reduced. This big circle here indicates the range and that this skill is available. Kufra uses this skill to deal more damage to the enemy and to restore his health. First skill, Tyrant's Revenge. Kufra pulls the bandage on his arms to launch himself into the specified direction. When reaching the farthest distance or hitting an enemy hero, Kufra will immediately stop, dealing damage to the enemies and knocking them in the air. This bar indicates how long he can hold this skill and will automatically cancel the skill when he does to release it within a period of time. He uses this skill to immobilize his enemies, initiate an attack, reduce the cooldown of his passive skill by 4 seconds, and to go to a location faster. Second skill, Bouncing Ball. Kufra uses his bandage to wrap himself into a bouncing ball, increasing his defense by 60 to 100% depending on its level. Enemies trying to use blink skills to move across Kufra will be knocked airborne, and every time the bouncing ball hits the ground, it will deal damage to nearby enemies and slow them by 80%. This skill allows Kufra to survive even though he takes all the damage from the enemies. Kufra uses this skill to block the enemies who use blink skills to prevent them from escaping and from moving to a location faster. The cooldown of his passive skill is reduced by 4 seconds every time he knocks an enemy airborne. Third skill, Tyrant's Rage. Kufra pulls back all enemy targets around him toward his front, dealing damage and slowing them for 1.2 seconds. If enemies are knocked against the wall, this skill will deal more damage and stun the enemies instead of slow. Kufra uses this skill to deal great damage and to control his enemies. He can either push the enemies away to save his teammates or pull them into his teammates' direction so they can easily attack them. Hitting an enemy with this skill will reduce the cooldown of his passive skill. Gameplay. In the early game, buy the roam item and add his second skill. Go to the lane where your marksman is and help him or her to clear the lane or kill a monster. Having a roam item won't give you any experience nor gold from minions and a monster when there is a teammate nearby, so make sure that you let your teammate do the last hit. When the marksman is accompanied by a support ally, go help other teammates such as mage or assassin. If you go along with a teammate who can deal great damage in the early game, you can invade their enemy's jungle and steal their monster. Stealing their monster helps your teammate earn more gold and disorganize the enemy's farming strategy. When reaching level 2, add his first skill and find an enemy hero to kill. You can explore the map by dragging this area of your screen. Combos 1, 2. Use his first skill to locate an enemy, go to their direction fast, and immobilize them. Then use his second skill to block the enemy's blink skill and slow them down. Then use his passive skill to deal more damage. One, two, three. When you achieve level 4, add his third skill and add it to 1-2 combo. When using his third skill, you can either pull the enemy to your teammate's direction, or you can just push them against the wall to get immobilized. Equipment. Tank's items always depend on the opposing team's heroes and your strategy. You can use this build when most of the enemies deal magic damage, or this when most of them deal physical damage, or this when they deal physical and magic damage equally. I'm gonna explain more about types of damages in Mobile Legends in my next video, so don't forget to subscribe to stay updated. Things to remember: surprise attack. His first skill should always be a surprise attack. Take advantage of its range and area vision. Always hide in the bush before using this skill, or go to a place where they can see you. Also, be familiar with the enemy's behavior when they farm, push, and defend their turret. This will improve the accuracy of this skill. Killer. Unlike other tanks, Kufra can kill an enemy hero without the help of his teammates. This is because his damage increases every time his HP increases. Make sure that you always use his skills every time they are available. To do this, always look at the map to see if there's a possible team fight. Choose your target, hide in the bush, and do his combo. Be brave. His second skill grants him 100% additional defense. This makes him one of the most complete tank. He has regeneration effect, stun, slow, great defense, and great damage. Also, every time he controls the opposing heroes, his passive skill cools down, which helps him to restore his HP and keep on fighting even though his HP is very low. Well, that's all for this video. I hope to see you again next time. Goodbye!